What's going on? We're just getting ready for another stage today. What you missed is we already did one load because we actually brought some pieces from another house that we are destaging at the current time. So we're just loading up the rest of the stuff, which is pretty much our bedrooms, all the accessories and nightstands and all of that that goes into the bedrooms, our office space, as well as the kitchen. Everything else is already there. So we got a little bit of an easier day now.
You want to go wall or?
Mike, where's the list?
Do you want to go headboards or wall?
No, back on the headboard. But don't tie it off because we're going to want to get some babies, do a couple babies to get in behind. So I'm just going through the list. We already have everything that we've picked up from the other project. So that's already there. I just want to double check a couple things with you. Honeycomb is coming for the living room.
Yes.
I'm not
Between
sure.
living and dining.
Yeah,
There's a
okay.
wall there.
Right,
okay.
right. So what does that say?
Curved love seat. You know the gray one that we have that has the gold base? It goes like, the arms kind of curve. So let me just explain here. Justin and I usually go through this in our morning process when we have stages, just to make sure that what I've written as my description is the right piece going. So we have a little briefing before things get fully loaded, and we're sure that it's the right pieces going, right?
Yeah, then we don't have to come back and change anything, and I like that. So
I like that too.
Communication is key.
Teamwork, guys. We don't typically
so we need
do,
one
you know,
black
basement and extra
convection and one
bedrooms, just because usually clients are on a little bit of a budget. With this house, we're doing a full main floor of this, probably about 45 to 5,000 square foot house. So we're doing the living, dining, family, kitchen, office, powder room, all on the main floor, and then the master upstairs. But he wanted to do one extra bedroom just because he felt like it was a little bit irregular shaped. So we're including that bedroom, plus we're doing a basement and bar area. So this will definitely consist of 2 full truckloads. I've been requested to take all of my nice furniture, which I'm doing. I actually got lucky because we had a nice pickup and I was able to save these pieces for this client. I always love giving you guys a treat, showing you all my nice furniture, my nice pieces, and how you can use them in different spaces. It might not always be different pieces that are coming in. It could be the same pieces, but it's nice because you get to see them in different settings and how you can play with them with different pieces and just completely make the space look nice and unique for its own space. Okay guys, we are here at our project. Such a beautiful day today. Let's go see what's going on. So I know my guys are still at the warehouse because I was just there, but Sep is here and she's setting up because they already did their first drop off. So we're just waiting for the second one to come through. I'm gonna go inside, start putting things away, putting them in place. This looks good. Oh my gosh, love this light. Okay, this is amazing. This looks so good. Guys, I have my black table, modern, coming in here, and I have these black chairs. Yes, my favorite. These. So you guys know I have these in a 2-tone gray, and we have them in a 2-tone pink, and now I have them in a all solid black, which I love because I can use it really anywhere. And I feel like it's gonna look amazing with this because now we have black on black shoes on my chairs, and I have this big, beautiful brass contemporary light fixture. And I always say this to my clients, even though you're doing a custom house, guys, finish it off with your light fixtures, because if this light wasn't here, this room would be incomplete. So that's one of the things I always tell my clients is make sure you finish off your job with your lights and then let me do the styling, because it just really all complements each other and finishes off the room really well. Just really grounds it, right? So if this wasn't here, it would just be like open space. So it just adds a lot of nice detail to it. So we have our sectional that was picked up from another job just recently. This is a little bit of a smaller family room, I feel. I feel like they used a lot of the space in the hallway. We do want to show ample seating because it is like a 5,000 square foot house. So this sectional does the job really well because it gives you a good amount of seating. I think we have an end table coming here. We have our accent chair. We're gonna have our coffee tables, and we have a 2-piece coffee table coming here. So it's not gonna be like a solid sectional, a solid coffee piece. We have a 2-piece just to break up the room a little bit and make it feel less cluttered. It's always important. So make sure your pieces that you're choosing are the right size for the space. You're not taking away from walking areas. You're leaving nice amount of room for people to walk through, because when you're staging a house, that's what's gonna happen. People wanna feel the room, they wanna walk around, so make sure you're not blocking. So I see that there's a box of pendants here. So when I was here at my consultation, one of the things that I like to do is give my clients pointers on light fixtures, because I wanna make sure that it flows nicely with the furniture. So I was showing him some photos, and he showed me this one, which is actually all brass. You can see the finish here. It's a very muted brass, which I love. It's not so dark and it's not too light. And it has like a geometrical shape kind of going through. So they're putting 2 here. I did this for one of my design clients, but it was like 3 of these side by side, linear, and we did it over the dining table, which turned out really nicely. Once the house is a little bit more put together, I'll definitely take you guys through and show you what we did there. But I'm really happy that he got these lights, because this is really gonna finish off this area nicely. The kitchen has a lot of the gold inlay, as you see in the cabinetry, and all the hardware is also brass. It's gonna look beautiful with the light fixture, and I've brought in a lot of brass accessories and some details of brass in the furniture, so it's all just gonna pick up on each other, and voila. So these guys came back from a staging that we did, and we were just talking about this property. It was a $20 million property. I like to use pieces like this around fireplaces or odd corners, and this one here, I brought it for the living room. So let's go together and see if we can use it there, or we're gonna have to utilize it somewhere else. So in the living room, I'll either use it on the left side or right side, I'm not sure yet, but just see how it like creates drama, and it's like a sculpture, right? So instead of having pieces of furniture everywhere, we actually did a video on this where I was explaining how to use pieces like this in odd spaces. This is not an odd space, but I would say the furniture I'm using is a little bit more different than what I usually do, and typically I would have end tables or table ends. I'm not doing that here because I have my favorite piece going on in this house, and that is Mr. Peanut. Right here, my favorite. I love this piece. Okay, so you're doing it, good. I was just gonna say the same. See?
Well, it's a good thing we're on the same page.
I know, right? You're gonna soon take over my role. It's gonna be Style with Justin.
Style with Justin?
Style with Justin.
Snaz in time moving?
No.
No.
I'd be in the hospital the first day. Can't move.
Justin messing with your staging?
No, he's fixing it. So I guess you were reading my mind because you opened up the space here. Is that what you were thinking? I was thinking of putting the table in the middle. Were you thinking the same?
Absolutely.
Really?
No. I was just getting all these together, and then I was going to push this one in.
I thought you were reading my mind.
Well, apparently you did, because I don't need to move it anymore, so we're all good.
So I'll explain to the viewers what's happening here. Because we have a modular sofa, I am able to reconfigure the piece in a way that will fit this room properly. And what's happening here now, because it's long, but then width-wise, depth-wise, it's a little bit shorter, I want to fill in the space here. So what I thought of doing is, well, apparently Justin and I thought of the same thing. Well, he says no, but I think he did. We're going to put the end table in between our 2 modular pieces here, and that's the beauty of going with modular, because it's not a standard piece, and you can move it around even later on if you feel like you want to make a change in your room. Just split up your 2 pieces, put any kind of table in between, and you're good to go. So we're going to do that here, and then I'm going to show you in the final reveal what it turns out like. So make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed to our channel, Style with Sanas, like, comment, subscribe, and you'll get to see the reveal of this beautiful project. So guys, we are in Unionville, Markham, and this is such a beautiful part of our city because most of the homes in this area are historical homes. And I'm actually really glad I'm in the area and I get to show you this because this is a very significant part of Markham. And it has a really nice old looking village with beautiful landscaping and really cute stores. So I was thinking maybe we can call Ali and see what he's up to because he has a really cool project that he recently started in Unionville. It's actually just off of the main street and they're doing some major renovations in there, and I would love to show you guys what goes on in these renovation projects where walls are being torn down and LVLs are going up and just really fun stuff happening. So I'm gonna give him a call and see if he wants some coffee. If he's even there, I don't even know. So let's call and see what he's up to.
Hey babe, what's up?
Are you at the Unionville project?
I am.
We were wondering if you're free and we can stop by and see what's going on at your reno job. Do you have people there?
Sure, everyone's here. Good thing you guys are actually coming because I need you to pick the stucco color for the front.
Well, I can be there in like 7 minutes. Do you want me to grab you a coffee, or is there anybody else there that I can grab coffee or soft drink or something?
No, everyone got their coffee break already, but I would love it if you can pick me up a latte.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Let's go. So we have workers working on the outside.
Correct.
And I see that you have some trades for the exterior stucco, which is very exciting because it's going to completely change the facade.
As
I'm
much
excited to be here
as
today.
we can change it, because it being a heritage home, there's only so much I can change.
It's a facelift.
It's a facelift, a minor facelift, only to the 110-year-old front of the house.
Right.
The back addition, we can do whatever we want.
So why don't we let our viewers know where we're doing the stucco and what they're doing today?
For sure. I have to show your viewers that there's two peaks. So you have the upper portion that needs to be stuccoed, and I don't know, should I do the bottom peak as well? This peak in front of the portico?
Oh, definitely.
So match the stucco, right? So
I would say so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to put some.
Because then it's just gonna kind of uniform and go up versus breaking it
Okay,
up
we
and
can do
making
that.
it look into chunks.
We can do that. So
Right.
all I have to do, then I have to get my guys to put some cement board, cover the siding, and then they can do their cement on top,
And
and
this
then
is for
paint
the
it on.
bottom peak that you're
The bottom
talking
peak,
about.
right
So
in
we're
front
gonna
of the front
do
entrance.
stucco there.
Correct.
The top part is already stucco. We just have to choose the color that we want, and the two are gonna be the same.
The same.
So why don't we explain to our viewers the significance and the extra work put into renovating and remodeling a historical home, because it's not a straight renovation job.
For sure. As you already know, Unionville is very historical and heritage. So not a lot of companies get a chance to work on these beauties. And, we consider ourselves very fortunate to be able to work with houses in this caliber. This thing was built about 110 years ago. At least this portion of it was built about 110 years
So
ago.
all of from the front to where the brick stops, that's the original house. And then everything
Beyond
extended.
that was in the early 2000s. They did an addition.
The previous owner.
The previous owner.
Yeah.
So when my clients bought this and commissioned us to do this, we decided to redo basically all of the addition and do a facelift, a minor facelift to the heritage portion of the building.
Right. Okay. So something that we should note is that this house is obviously, as we mentioned, it's a historical house. So the exterior is going to be a little bit more traditional.
Yes.
But the interior is a big surprise because it's going to be fully modern. So that's going to be like something very unexpected when people walk in. They're going to be like, whoa.
Well, hon, to be honest with you, that's what intrigued me to get this project. It's the traditional historic outside meets modern, ultra modern inside, and that's something that I actually enjoy doing.
I really like this exterior design here, which actually once we go inside we'll show you. This leads into the kitchen slash great room, because there's no really like living room, family room.
Correct.
It's one great room like we always say. So this would be the entrance
And I'm
to
even
that, which I
opening
love.
it up more on the inside because they wanted this huge, airy, big space.
Right.
They don't want walls, partition walls in between, right?
So all of this ceiling is going to be cedar, and then we're doing a beautiful custom pergola.
Yes.
That, why don't you explain to them
Yes.
the design of that?
So clients really love to sit here and enjoy.
They have a great backyard.
They do. Originally they went to few big box stores and they bought one of these ready to go pergolas.
Few big box stores, which we don't want to mention any
names. Yeah, they bought their pergola, and then last week we had
Why don't you show the pergola?
Sure. Why don't I show you what it looks like now?
Standing right behind us.
So last week we had a storm, and I get a phone call from my client, and she said that her pergola flew into neighbor's house.
So now
Yes.
imagine it was fully assembled.
And it came like this, so
Oh
it's all
my
in pieces. So
gosh.
what we're doing for them, we designed, and it's under manufacturing right now. It's an aluminum pergola with automatic louvers, lights, heaters, you name it, it's got it. It's gonna probably come in within the next 2 weeks.
How long is it?
21 foot.
21 feet, guys. That I would say is comparable to like a living room that we do in one of our custom homes that you guys
Yes.
say is so big.
Yes.
So imagine 21 feet. It's going to be coming from the roof, from the window, all the way out. So that's like a whole new living space. And now let me ask you a question, because I'm sure our viewers will want to know this. Does that need a permit? Because you're doing custom and it's...
Funny
fixed.
enough, you asked that. It does not need a permit.
You don't need a permit for
Nope.
that, but you need a permit to paint a door or change a door.
Yes, and I'm going to
Okay.
explain to you why. Because the structure doesn't have a permanent roof, it doesn't consider it to be part of the house. So when I say I have automatic louvers, it's not a permanent cover roof. So you can open it. So therefore, you don't need a permit for it.
So it kind of what? Like,
It retracts back,
back.
and then you press a button and it goes back
but you
up.
will still have the post.
So yes, 2 posts up around that side,
Okay.
and then 2 posts at the
So
back.
it's literally going to be going from there till about there.
Yeah, so if you see the hot tub,
Fantastic.
so
Love
literally
this.
from the top of this roof structure covering
Right.
the hot tub, it's gonna go 22 feet.
I
that way.
love that.
Okay, can't wait to show you when it's done.
Now we have a little surprise, I would say, at the end of the backyard. So let's walk through because we want to show you this little special.
Sure, come on down.
Since our Miami trip a few
Yes.
years ago,
Yes.
I feel like, and I want to share this with my viewers, we have grown a fascination, I would say, with really
Definitely.
old trees. And we came across the grandfather of all trees.
Yeah.
And it's right here in our client's backyard.
I love this tree. This is my favorite being in this property.
I really want to climb that one day. Wear the right shoes and just like go up and sit there and just enjoy the view.
This is as nice of a tree as you can get. I don't even know how old this thing is.
Amazing.
Honestly, if this tree could talk, the stories that this tree could tell you, it's bonkers. Like I can't even imagine. How old do you think this is?
Few hundred? Many hundred?
Many hundred?
Many hundred?
Yeah. This tree is like the ornament of this property. I love it. And we want to show it to you.
Yeah. So you're doing all the sidings today? This side of the
windows,
house?
windows.
Oh, you're doing the windows.
Yeah.
Sidings are all done.
Yeah.
Looks great. Oh, so now this is the old window frame,
Correct. This
which
is the-
we're painting.
We're painting. We're not allowed to touch it, change it, or do anything to it. We're just going to repaint it, fresh it up, and that's it. We're
So
not-
I see on the addition side, we have the black windows. On
Yeah.
the historical side, which we
still gonna-
haven't changed,
We're still gonna we're gonna paint them black.
We're gonna paint them black to match.
To match,
Wow.
yes.
What a difference. Look at that. So now let me ask you a question. We're not even allowed to change, like freshen up the the frame? Just
Only
paint?
paint. You're not allowed to touch the actual
Until
wood.
when? It actually like crumbles and then they say, okay, you can change your windows now?
Repaint again or refurbish. You're not allowed to touch it. This is a historic home,
Wonderful.
110-year-old home that you're not supposed to touch.
Not allowed to touch.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
sounds good.
I'm glad I got my brother from a different mother with me all the time. So he
Working his magic.
Working his magic with me all the time.
Love it.
So another thing I wanted to tell you was they wanted to be adding some sort of privacy so that even from the road nobody could see their garage portion or their backyard.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put automatic sliding gates here.
Okay.
So it's actually not a sliding, I correct myself, it's a swing gate, one modern swing gate that's going to go here. We're going to extend the fence all the way to here, metal fence all the way to there.
Okay.
And essentially you're going to have an automatic gate with a remote control.
Okay,
so therefore
perfect.
their resident portion is going to be private.
Completely private.
Completely private.
That's good. So I know we're doing some framing inside and you've had your materials delivered. Why don't you explain to the viewers what's going to be happening?
For sure. Actually, this is the best part of today's construction, okay? Can't wait to show you. Okay, come inside, Sanas. Let me show you what we're doing inside.
So we're now at the front of the house.
Correct. So
Okay.
this is going to be their home office. This is the actual heritage, historic part of the building. Can you
Okay.
imagine 110 years ago? This was the whole house.
This right here.
This space
What we're
was the
standing
whole
in.
house
Okay.
110 years ago. A
Yes.
little over 110 years ago.
Okay.
So the challenges I had here, I want to let the viewers know. So we started demoing little by little and we found traces of asbestos, which, as you know, it could be dangerous to your health. As long as you don't touch it, it could remain in your property. But because we were doing all these changes and we had to demo a whole bunch of stuff,
Right.
So I brought a special crew. They looked like Ghostbusters. Everything was covered and you know it was crazy. They
Coming in with their
no,
like.
and it's also COVID, so most people thought maybe we had an infection in the house or something was going wrong.
What's
so
going on?
we had to let the neighbors know, hey, this has nothing to do with COVID, and we're doing our own asbestos removal.
You got everyone concerned.
I did, but I explained to everybody, and they were happy. So we removed all the asbestos. That's why you see there's this portion of everything this portion of the wall that's removed.
Okay.
Asbestos was all over there. We removed it, got everything out, and the fun part begins now. The reason being is we want to take out actually this partition wall. Okay.
We want to remove this. So
To
now
make it
becomes-
one huge space, right? So
Okay.
So in order for me to be able to take this out, this is actually a load-bearing wall, honey. In order for me to take this out, I literally have to support, I call it jacking up the house.
Okay.
I have to support the existing beams
Okay.
in a way that the house doesn't crumble on us.
Okay.
Right? And then slowly remove this. But by doing that, that means I have to reinforce the existing structure.
Right.
So we're not using steel anymore. We're actually using wood LVLs.
Yeah.
The most important part is how are we going to fit 16-foot LVLs down the basement and reinforce the basement so all the load can go on a post and then all the way down to a beam and,
Right.
and then we can separate the load. So as you can already tell, the guys had to remove the floor. Come over here, guys. I want to show you what's going on. That's actually the basement. Okay, so we had to remove the subfloor in order to be able to slowly put these LVLs in there and then reinforce the wall, have it kind of cantilever over this concrete wall, and then put all this load on top of that. So it's a very, very fun
Wow, it
process.
sounds very intense.
This is going to be his home office, so we're going to panel it in white oak.
Beautiful.
The entire room is going to be out of white oak, fireplace on one side, his office
Fantastic.
desk
Let's
on
show
the other
them the
side.
fireplace here, because
So this was the old fireplace that
You
we
guys ripped out.
Ripped out, yes. And I wanted to show you something else. You see these old windows? So they
Yes.
have to stay here. We cannot remove them.
Yes.
Okay, so they're over 100 years old, and I actually like them. I want to keep them.
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Absolutely.
Because we had a video that we did recently on another historical house. Remember on the house that we did downtown Toronto?
Yes.
And this house also had the stained glass windows that they couldn't change, which I thought were being replaced. And when I came in, I was like, oh my God, these are stained. But again, you cannot change them in historical house. So this is going to stay.
It's going to stay. We're going to implement it.
Can you paint the colors out a little bit?
So you know what I want to do actually, and I talked to the clients, they're okay with it. I'm going to keep them on the outside.
Okay.
So when you're looking at it on the outside, that's the whole thing. Historic home on the outside needs to remain the same.
Okay.
But on the inside, we can do whatever we want.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insulate it, cover it up, drywall it, so on the inside you won't be able to see it ever again.
Good.
On the outside, it's there.
It's there.
Right?
It's like a dummy window.
Because can you imagine having this ultra modern interior with stained glass
Can't.
windows?
No.
So that's not going to work,
I
right?
like that you're doing that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Covering it on the inside, keeping it on the outside.
Okay. So now we're entering the addition.
Correct.
Up until there was
This portion is the addition. This is the traditional old home, and this was the addition that was done in the 2000s. I think 2001 they did the addition here. So I removed the floors, removed the kitchen, did the demo, got it ready.
So this is going to be the kitchen area.
The new kitchen area,
Yes.
yes. It's going to have an island in the middle, and it being an ultra modern kitchen, it's going to have a downdraft hood, stove. The actual hood actually pops out of the island. It'll look beautiful.
Beautiful.
Appliances are bought already. We're just going to finalize design on the kitchen.
Okay.
And we should be doing the work on the interior on this side within the next week or two.
So just because you know I like to know my layouts, and my viewers as well, just to let them know where we're going, that's the kitchen. This is going to be the dining area.
Correct.
Right? Which has beautiful airy windows all over with the double doors going outside to the pergola and
the hot tub, yes.
And then we have our main great room in this area here, which we're converting into like a relaxing area.
Ultra modern family room.
Family room / living room.
Living room, correct, because we have only one big room in here.
Okay.
So this fireplace is going, Sunhouse. It's not going to
This
stay
is the
here.
old one.
This is the old one.
Okay.
It's the new fireplace is actually a very modern 60-inch 3-sided glass fireplace, which is also cool touch. Because my clients have 2 little kids, they want to be able for the kids to touch the fireplace and not get burned. So
for all of you that have kids.
Yes, so this fireplace not only gives you more viewing of the fire, it's cool touch. So you can literally touch it and it's not going to be hot.
Good.
And we're going to vent out all the hot air right out to the outside, right?
And we're doing the slab all the way up.
Slab all the way up.
Beautiful.
2 benches on each side. 2 low-end modern benches on each side, and this is going to get done.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Can we go up?
Yeah, come on up. You have 3 other bedrooms here, which they got their own Jack and Jill, I would say, bathroom on this side, which we removed the tub. I'm working a stand-up shower.
Right.
All the closets are going to be custom, like we always do in all of our custom homes. So we're going to treat this renovation as a custom home.
Right.
Okay, so any element that we have in our custom homes, we're going to bring it here.
I don't really think you need structural changes up here because all the bedrooms are a great size,
Absolutely.
right? So it's just a matter of making it look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and for sure you guys are going to come back again and see the finished product and see what you guys think.
Sure to do
Make sure you
that.
comment and let us know what you think about this renovation.
Okay, so before I go, I see your samples here. Let's choose the stucco. So I'm feeling that we should keep the exterior look a little bit more moody.
Correct.
Right? Because all the brick is dark and warm colors. We don't want to do anything like a huge contrast, like a white or a light color.
Correct. I mean, also with the permit, they allowed us to change the color of the stucco, but we have to be able to mimic the colors that are inside the old brick.
Okay.
So,
you know what my concern is? You know how we always see the colors on the chart? And then when you actually put it on, it's always a little bit different.
Of course.
And we always say this to our viewers. We say, pick your samples, put them on, and then choose. Don't go buying a lot of paint without knowing what it's going to look like in your space. So my choices would be cool steel, shadow, or like you said, pebble.
okay.
One of those 3 I think are nice. Between Magnum and Shadow, I like Shadow better. I think Magnum might be a little bit too blue.
Okay, let me see if the supplier can arrange making a sample for me. I'll apply it in, send you a few photos, and then we can pick the color.
Perfect. And then for the texture?
For the texture, so these are your textures.
I think smooth.
The most smooth that we can find.
Because
So
we don't want the lines going through. That's not the focal of the house.
Okay.
That's kind of supposed to be the back.
would you go with marble coat or Venetian?
I would do marble because I feel like it's a little bit more
Done.
subtle.
Okay.
Again, Venetian has more of that
Line inside.
the lines,
Okay.
and you see it. So I think we should just do something nice and solid.
Okay, so when I send the guys to go pick up samples,
Okay.
put some on, send photos, because I know you have to run.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'll send you the photos you pick and we'll get it done.
Well, today was very productive.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for giving
coming.
us a tour. We love stopping by with coffee.
Make sure you
Anytime.
do that more often. Thank you for coming, and thank you guys for coming.